Okay, so these are our hang tags or hang corners. They're a 5-inch square, and simply what you need to do is just fold it in half, wrong sides together, and give it a nice little press. And that's what's going to be basted into your corners. Now the binding, I like to spray starch my binding before I fold it, or as I fold it. And I really am folding it wet and pressing it dry. First, on the end, I like to put a tail at a right angle so that it's a 45 degree. Fold that like that. And then fold it dry. Always have to think about this. Okay, so you're going to press it dry. This will make your binding be a nice, even, smooth piece to work with. And I've already joined the two strips together. I join those with a 45 degree seam, just like you do. You know, everybody knows how to do that, I think, these days. So just basically, this is the tedious part, especially when you have binding for a whole quilt that's giant, and you might have 6 or 8 strips. But I'm using a spray starch that's just an inexpensive 97-cent bottle from the grocery store or a big box store. And also something that works nice is Best Press. That's a great one to use. Usually smells good. This smells pretty good too. It's a lavender scent. Whew, that was hot. Okay. Just takes a couple minutes, but it's worth it. Almost there. Almost makes your binding stick together when you press it this way. Whew, it's hot. And I'm thinking I should have folded this way. Because when I put my point down, I want it to be, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yes, I did do it wrong. You know, 50-50. When I'm being filmed, I always do something silly. When you're laying this down on your piece, on your quilt, you want the point on the top, pointing this way, just for the way I do it. You can do it however you like to do it, but that's how I do it. So,
will you review how you laid it down at the beginning then?
Yes, I will.
The right way, because now I'm confused.
I confused you?
So maybe someone else is confused.
Could be. All right, so when you start, you have, let me just cut this off so we'll show where I didn't have a boo-boo. Okay, so you start, you have your piece, your binding laid out, and you spray it. And then you want to fold this piece, the tail, up away from you and press it a little. And then bring it back down and fold it in half as you would. That way your point points to the raw edge and points down, because when you go to put this on your quilt, and this we're going to trim away. I like to trim this too, just a little bit, just trim it kind of even. Okay. So when you come to sew it together at the end, I'll show you how to handle that, but you want to be able to start when you place it onto, let's pretend this is your quilt. This is the edge of your quilt. You want to lay it down so the point is pointing towards the edge. The way I did it initially, it would have been pointing this way, which would make everything backwards to me, and this is how I like to do it. So start with it in this manner. Okay, so now we have our binding all pressed. It's nice and neat, crisp edge, and we have our hang tags. So we're going to come back over to the sewing machine.